Alright guys, we got it sorted, sort of, I don't know, like I figured, it was just a misunderstanding. Totally sucks that we've been sitting here for like 30 minutes, but no point stewing. Might as well move on. Did they see who the 1-0 was in the favor of?
Marine. HeroMarine.
Okay. It's like such not helpful. It's like, we joined the lobby and we're like, alright, so what's the score? And they're like, 1-0. I'm like,
great.
For who? So I know it's 1-0. One game got played. Okay, yeah. We're getting into game now, though. So let me just give a big stretch as I was actually not sitting down properly ready to go. I don't care. Thank you, though. Top left side of the map, it's going to be the blue Zerg player, Team Liquid's Snute.
The bottom right as the red Terran is HeroMarine.
Alright, and I gotta go update the title of the stream. Funny enough.
I've forgotten how to cast.
HeroMarine, there we go. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But it's less about having forgotten how to cast and more about forgetting how to talk. Like, my brain just isn't working no good no more.
Not so much. Well...
Oh, so, by the way, confirming now as TaKe'sTV swaps... I gotta close the stream, right? Confirming now as TaKe'sTV swaps over to their Stranger vs. the Laser series. They're like 8 minutes into Game 3.
Whatever. So, Apotheosis, not selfie.
I'm salty.
I am too. The last time we saw Snute on this map against Euthermal, he got 2 racks. And it's actually quite a surprise. It's still 1 though, but I do note that Snute goes for a pool first here and is looking to get the 2 lanes across the map to deny HeroMarine's command center SCV, which is on the gold base.
Oh, so, wow, we don't see Terran really reach out for this too often. Shout out to JTDC, by the way, says watching BaseTradeTV while playing Civ 6 on release day. Aw, yeah. Hardy Marty as well just says up with a 27-month resub, says, I thought even BaseTradeTV was affected by the internet being broken today. Fortunately, it was just a misunderstanding. Well, we were affected by... Okay, we're going to real talk for a sec, guys. I am so fucking tired, and I don't think TaKe'sTV did anything malicious or intentional, but by leaving us out, it really killed my motivation to want to keep doing this.
It was a killer. It made us feel unwanted. Okay, forgot us in 3 games. I have only forgotten them once. I don't know, actually. And I feel like we restarted because of it.
I mean, we're coming up on like, what, hour 8? Something like that?
They don't love us. They don't love us. 6, 7. Yeah, you're right. Jesus.
Ooh, denied. That sucks.
Soup.
3 SCVs might seem excessive, but...
Yeah, he doesn't know if it's going to be a follow-up Ling all in with speed, or if it is just these 2 Lings.
Oh, I love that he loads them in.
Saves them. Well, Snute's, like I said, just wanted this to happen and is going to go into a gold base macro.
Yeah, this wasn't anything super dedicated. I love the idea of being able to cancel this out, and sometimes puts a lot of pressure on the Terran because they start getting scared, but HeroMarine's got a pretty solid head on his shoulders, and I guess, thinking back, who did we cast him earlier? It was Cyril he played against, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so it's a Zerg that sent him here to the loser's bracket. He's up 1-0 versus Snute, and obviously we don't know what happened in that first game, but it was like a 25-minute something game, or a 20-minute game or something like that. It was a long one.
Yeah, apparently. 20-minute game. It was on King Sejong, I just know that much. The game continues. The series continues. Snute's going for Roach Warren. We've seen him do 2 Ling styles so far today, and 1 was a reaction more than a purpose. The other one was on King Sejong Station. I thought that is pretty good for Mutiling Bling. But definitely, generally, more of a Roach player. So HeroMarine going for Hellbat Banshee. Can seem a little counterintuitive with the fact that it's not just Roaches usually, it is also Queens. Ooh. But if Snute tries to move out with the Roaches, those Banshees will pick them all off.
Thank you, Volta, StarCraft 2 for the Twitch Prime sub. There's a lot of weird Twitch bugs. A lot of people were subbing and resubbing over and over and over again. I'm not sure if that's still going on, so if we've missed anybody or didn't adequately shout someone out, please know that There were some bugs, and we love you, and I'm sorry.
We love you. But we're not loved.
By the way, I will say this, actually, just a small thing. I know some people were doing this to try to help, but I actually didn't appreciate those who went to TakeTV's stream and started spamming, asking and demanding why BaseTradeTV wasn't casting. We've been working alongside TakeTV for years, guys. It's like if it was a simple mistake. I knew it was going to be the case. Of course, that's what it ended up being. Like, you guys spamming their chat did nothing but maybe aggravate other people. I don't know. I don't appreciate seeing that. But I thank you for your sentiment. Like, I truly do. Like, it's nice to see people care, to know. But,
Yes, yeah. And there's one more thing on that, but we do have the Hellbat Banshees rolling in, and it was a bit of a surprise for Snute. He cleans it up as good as he can without being a surprise and having his roaches on the other side of the map, but unfortunately, where he has lost drones, I don't think he's done any damage to HeroMarine. They're attacking supply depots that were being repaired, getting killed by the Banshees. So this was a big waste, you know. Snute, not usually aggressive with his roaches, decided to send them out, and instead got him denied. These Lings might be able to do a whole lot more. The Banshees aren't gone yet, and that would have been better timing, but they're Lings, so they're not going to be cleaned up very easily.
no, this one really, the Banshees had that little bit of splash damage that they get in the campaign. Even if it was an upgrade, it's so nice for moments like this.
Yeah.
Alright, so 11 workers. Not the end of the world, maybe even 12 here at that last one. I will say this much, though. This puts HeroMarine in a bit of trouble. On one hand, you can operate off of lower SCV count. You've got a third command center coming down, just finished up, and you have a gold base. So honestly, 37 workers plus mules is not bad for saturation right now. The concern for me comes in the follow-up. Again, Snute is a player, if he gets to macro to a degree, he is pretty much unbeatable. Followed up by the fact that Apotheosis is just such a Zerg-favored map, and a lot of it has to do with the length of the reinforcement path, that this start to the game already makes me severely worried about HeroMarine. Even though it wasn't crazy game-ending damage here, its effects are going to echo over the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's certainly true. It's 40 supply down this early does look kind of extreme. You know, okay, what is going on here?
He's just super anal about positioning, I guess. I really don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I think I know, like, he tried to build bunker twice, built supply depot instead, and it still isn't walled off. This is super awkward, and just, I think, really resonates with how much he didn't expect to take damage, how much that really tripped him up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Snute kind of already in his head.
Well, those two Banshees set off to go across the map on a bit of an adventure. We'll see what they can get done damage-wise. There are Spore Crawlers down. There's Queens aplenty. I don't think they'll get too much done.
Well, they're gonna try. Anything, like even a queen pick off here and there is going to be helpful to at least stop the creep spread, which is one thing that Snute has not been doing so much. She has been focusing on macro and getting that queen count back up, I guess. Oh, there you go. Hey, one's down. HeroMarine only just now moving out accidentally makes a Reaper. This sometimes happens.
I really hate when I do that, to be honest with you. And it's not that it's even a waste of gas or that the unit won't be useful. It's just like knowing that I hit the hotkey wrong. And you're just like, come on, you've been doing this for years. What's wrong with you? Stupid me.
Okay, so I have not been playing with Liberators as much as I guess I should have, of using Terran and whatnot. So, especially after coming... Okay.
Sorry.
First one. I'm telling you, it's not the thing I say the most. So... I don't play with them a lot, and the B and the N buttons are like right next to each other, I'm just saying. So I definitely built like 3 battle cruisers.
Well,
I heard them like pop out and say like their opening line, and I was like, wait a second.
Fun fact, that's the unit I intend to make when I am building from the starport, so no problems here. Attack on the right side is not accompanied by much. If this drops in the main, Snute might be looking in the wrong spot at the wrong time. There are units pre-positioned to deal with this, though, so I don't think it'll be too bad. The 5th base is the only thing under, I think, any real danger right now. Scans ahead, even going to pick up some creep tumors.
Yeah. Well, HeroMarine down 30 army supply, but if you can catch Snute out of position, then, I mean, killing a hatchery is certainly very good, but he's actually not killing the hatchery.
Snute gives him no quarter. I mean, this base is going to go down. Okay, that one's a bit of a gimme, but he had these other drops on lockdown, and HeroMarine really just couldn't get anything from that top left side.
Look, getting the hatchery is something. It's still, they have 4 bases for Snutes. 8 drones, not too bad of a loss, and Snute just expands over the left.
You know, another big problem we got to consider is because, I kind of forgot, he's been riding off of this, we'll call it adrenaline high through that gold base. That's mining out right now. HeroMarine's actually going to transfer over to a normal base, and it's going to take a huge dip in his income.
That's true, but at least he can transfer. He has a 4th base on the way over. Just see if there's an overlord too. Clear up the creeps. Sure, there's not. It's once again trying to divvy up Snoot's attention. It's something that Snoot's very good at doing, though. He very rarely is having all one hotkey and losing, you know, bases to snipes. So he has Lings over to the left side. The right side was dealt with very easily anyway. And Snoot is on his way to Ultras. So Judo Glands, I guess, is a little bit of a priority. The plating is over halfway done. HeroMarine. HeroMarine's on 4 bases. He's not terrible, but the momentum of this game has really been in favor of Snute.
The army supply deficit is really hard to overlook, too. I mean, it's it's not just that it's like, okay, he's down in a bit of supply. It's going to be down in, like, the type of supply once those Ultras enter the arena. It's interesting, again, though. It is Ultras, not Broodlords coming out of Snute. And I'm wondering if that was a case-by-case thing, or maybe there's a style he just ultimately decided wasn't worth it, even though he made it look so good.
It is really interesting, because he was experimenting with just pure roaches for, well, Roach Ravager first, but like pure upgrades with Infestors and Queens. I guess he found, someone found a weakness, and he decided to go back into Ultras. I mean, roaches with upgrades technically really shouldn't even deal with Bio, also fully upgraded, and like a lot of tanks, a lot of medevacks, but the Infestors Curse of Bio combination always made it so it wasn't quite that same problem that like Roach Hydra had back in the day, where you would need like Infestor or Vipers, to really round it all out. But like, I don't know about Ultras, because I feel like more often Terrans are used to playing against Ultras, and that's the thing that they're actually doing a good job countering, not the surprise Broodlords. But certainly the timing for Broodlords is still longer than Ultras. HeroMarine not expecting to see the Zerg army in the middle of the map. Is all types of disjointed with his army accidentally getting a sandwich or something going on back there. Nope, armies just miss each other. Ultra gets dragged into the AI, I suppose, and figures he can't run back with it, so he's gonna let it die.
Dude, this is so much more Marines than Marauders, so it's just chewing through everything, taking no damage for it.
So being on the army, like, on the map like this is a little bit dangerous, not knowing exactly where HeroMarine's army is, and HeroMarine at least can now start using scans to realize where Snoot's army is, but as long as his Infestors don't get picked off and his army stays together, doesn't get AI'd out, I think that Snoot's army should be the one that gets the surprise factor, the edge, basically, when it comes to the fight. But HeroMarine is starting to get Liberators, and if they set up properly, okay, that's exactly what I said shouldn't have just happened. An Infestor and a couple Ultras go down. But there's still a couple of fungals in terms of Biles, and the Liberators were dealing with the ramp as opposed to the Planetaries, so it still all works out for Snute. He might be losing a base, but that is his 5th at this point, and it's not that big of a deal if he loses it.
Snute making work happen. Starting back home to defend it. He's going to bleed out some queens, so HeroMarine does find a small opening in his opponent's defense, but I don't know that he has the time to really capitalize on it. It took so long to kill the queens after all.
Nothing to really capitalize on. He's going to have to kind of sneak back to this hatchery to snipe it.
I guess
with a weird hatchery.
Maybe not kill anything like massive right now, but keep Snute from attacking him, and if that's the case, then these 3 medevacs have done really nice. This gives him time back at home to get his Marauder count up, consider things like Ghosts or Liberators. I mean, he really just didn't and doesn't have a lot to work with. Finally caught back up now in army supply up to 131. Not looking too shabby for HeroMarine. But we gotta once again go over how many Marauders there are. 23 looks way better. I think he had like 14 something going into that last fight. So now if he needs to kite the Ultras around, maybe he can.
Well, as they both get maxed out, it's going to come down to positioning. One Sensor Tower already covers some of HeroMarine's side of the map, but maybe a second one over at the planetary. Yep, will be necessary. HeroMarine still has a shot in this game. You know, the Infestors go down, or the Move Raiders really do tear apart the Ultras. But Snute is looking towards that Greater Spire now, at I guess a safer time than if he had rushed up to it. And HeroMarine, it's not that he can't get up to additional starports and get like a counter to Brood Lords, it's that it's going to be so difficult for him to. He's only just really re-establishing his economy. Did we already do this one?
I don't know. I'm just gonna shout it out. Thank you, Nitram144, for the sub. We've had some bugs happening today with Twitch and announcements, so assuming you are an actual new sub, thank you for joining us here on the channel. Support is appreciated. Liberator is going to set up and just create a bit of a landing zone to the medevac cell mode.
Yeah, this is a neat trick in like the mid game. Late game, it usually fails completely, so I don't know if this is really called a success. It's a couple Ravagers. I heard the Marauder voice again. What the hell, Marauder?
What? So what is it doing exactly?
It just every so often I'll hear the Marauder say one of its voice lines. So that time it said "damn." That's it. That's it. Just the Marauder.
Okay,
nothing else.
Legit question here. Entertain my idea for one moment. What if it was only in your head?
Well, then that's a really weird thing for my head to do. Oh, I heard it again. Like, what is my brain trying to tell me here?
Blow them all to smithereens! Actually, my favorite Marauder Easter egg voice line is where he's like, what the hell is smithereens anyways?
What are they? They're like smithers?
The tiny little pieces you blow somebody up into. Obviously.
Gosh. Someone had to make a word for that? This is in German, alright? I don't just make words. They steal them.
Wow, dude. You have to cut yourself on all that edge.
I don't think this is edge.
Slow Joe 2001! Slow
Thank you! That's pretty good. Thank you for the resub, or the sub, and Lassie Christensen. Lassie.
I'm gonna pretend it's Laser Christian.
There's no R! Where are you getting the laser?
Lassie Christensen, you're right, thank you. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
God, thank you for all the new subs. I don't know what we're doing. We've already reached our goal, but, I mean, we could try and make another goal. At this point, I just want to get drunk. Just this day's already ruined.
I'm actually contemplating drinking just because it might keep me awake.
It might keep me in good spirits. Huh? Huh? Not that I drink spirits anyways.
Reaper does.
He eats souls! Get it right, damn it!
Oh, calm down. This is an overreaction to like a bad pun.
Spirits is like a Catholic thing, man. What is the Holy Spirit anyway?
Alright, so, by the way, what's going on? Base sniped off, lots of drones killed. HeroMarine getting some damage done on Snoot's side of the field. That being said, I don't think it's enough. Snoot's still in a really commanding position in this game. His army supply lead is dominating, to say the least. Not to mention his overall supply.
This game went a lot longer than I thought it would, but a lot because just HeroMarine is getting these defensive positions that Snoot's being very careful about breaking. So now that he has Corruptors, that should be it. You know, and he's also getting a bigger bank as well that he can actually make a couple mistakes with. We should see this being more of an endgame move every single time he pushes in like this, but still has to be very careful. HeroMarine could technically get another base, a 6th it would be, if he could clean up that pesky ling or whatever that is. It's a bird ling. Oh boy. It's pronounced laws. Laws.
L-A-S-S-E is pronounced laws, like the laws of the country.
That's what Braggis says.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I can see it.
I don't know.
Nidus from Command of Snoop, by the way, is kind of this really cute follow-up I really do enjoy. As you can see, chokes are working against him, whether it's Liberator set up on the left side or this actual physical choke here on the right side. I love the idea that the Nightstorm can just kind of circumvent all of this, however. And while he hasn't had to deal with it yet, ghosts are finally coming out. I don't know, HeroMarine will still likely lose to Snute at this current rate, but yeah, Planetary finally breaks too. His army still looks good enough. I totally understand why he wants to stay and fight.
Right, you look at your army and you're like, oh, it's pretty good. I mean, my SCV count sucks, but so does Snute's, I suppose.
Well, yeah, Snute has 0 SCVs.
Oh, he's down.
He's got 37 drones.
Well, if he neuroparasites, you can maybe get a SCV. Anyway.
Okay, riff logic. Take a break there.
30 supply down, but banking on Snute over dedicating with Ultras is totally a thing. This has happened in the past, and it will happen again, just like Battlestar Galactica. But Snute's is, I think, because he has been avoiding Ultras, I would say it feels like, but he definitely has been avoiding Ultras up until recently. I don't know when he decided they were good again or whatever, but because he's had so many games we didn't go for them, I feel like he's ultra aware with how with how bad they can be and how much people over dedicate. Like, he watches some of his Zerg friends, you know, Laser Guru or something like that, and he's like, yeah, Ultras, you're gonna derp in and die. I'm not gonna make that mistake. Because I think a lot of other Zergs at this point would have pushed in, especially if they didn't account for the fact they only had 38 drones. Well, I guess it's at 49 now, but still, like, a poor drone count. Because that's the other problem. They think Ultras can win it, and then they don't realize they don't have a big bank. And that happens to everyone, but just that Ultras give you such a sense of power, I think, when I play Zerg. Although when I do play Zerg, I'm like, Ultras! Oh shit, I didn't get chitinous plating, and then I die. It's great. But Snute's playing super safe. I don't even know, like, he didn't even go for Broodlord. He didn't go for Great Aspire yet. He's not even going for Broodlords. HeroMarine could be slowly sieged up right now and crying and be like, I don't know what to do, but instead he's totally chill, actually. I mean, 3 ghosts isn't a lot. And I guess they could take out a couple of Broodlords if, like, perfect positioning went down, but I also think that's kind of what's missing. The last piece of the Zerg puzzle. This little siege unit.
Drop over here, shut down pretty quick. Drop over here might get some drone kills. Yeah, the distance is still going to be a tough thing for HeroMarine to cover.
This guy that's trying to get us to pronounce that name correctly is the worst.
Yeah, not happening. I've given
no,
up.
You pronounce the A only. What? You said laws. God. Lassie. Lassie? Is it like a, it's like a Final Fantasy thing? The Lassie. It's a dumb game. I hate Final Fantasy 13.
I don't know, it's my favorite tutorial I've ever played.
Try pronounce the Mass in Mass Effect. Mass Lass. Isn't that... I mean, I said Lassie.
Their name is Lass Effect?
Lass Effect. I said Lassie. Lass is gonna be the thing I was gonna guess next. Your Air's resubbed and said, please check your Skype Refkin.
Yeah, he's adminning the random versus random qualifier. I already got back to him.
Thanks for that resub.
Thanks for the resub, Dares. Although your name does not look like it's Dares.
What is the pronunciation guides here? First it's like Mass Effect, and now it's like Facet? I hate you guys.
I love how befuddled you just became there. Like, what? Just like giving up on chat.
You guys are just killing me at this point.
I'll never let go, Jack.
Stop.
Or Jog?
Oh, how is this game? I don't think we can do long games, man.
Nope.
I just cannot pay attention.
Remember that time we did
everybody's gonna die soon.
Remember the time we thought best of 69 with Snute and Bunny would be great because they'd probably throw in some cheeses and make it go quick. And then we cast like 54 macro games.
Look, guys, I'm gonna task you. There's only a minute delay, all right? So this is a time where I can kind of tell you what to do. You all decide how HeroMarine comes back in this game, and we'll just watch you.
You're just leaving it to them to decide, like. I guess it's kind of like taking a gamble. Like, what does he do, right?
I'm not even saying this is unbeatable. I actually think that HeroMarine does have a shot. I don't blame that he's not leading, but I also think that this means that there's no action for so long.
Yeah, you know, I think +3 weapon liberators, and those are on the way, plus the amount of ghosts you have are certainly the tools necessary. No doubt about it.
Oh, God. Lasso with mud. Instead of... Oh.
Can you get it together? This one person's name has ruined you. And in turn ruined the broadcast.
I don't know what happened.
My gosh.
But for once, like, a ton of people in chat tried to tell us how to pronounce it.
They're probably
usually they just laugh
so
at us.
embarrassed right now. You're like obsessing over their name and getting it wrong 6 ways to Sunday.
Oh, the cloak. No, Failings don't care about cloak.
So,
oh, well.
This was a trick question from Zombie Grub, because the answer was he doesn't come back in the game. GG. Snute ties up the series now 1-1. And I was really hoping, you know, in the middle of that game, before this debacle of pronunciation came up, you actually sounded quite confident. You sounded awake. I was about to ask you if you wouldn't mind taking over. But I can clearly see that I can't ask you that now.
It's like I saw you coming, like I knew you were going to break up with me, so I just avoided you.
Just avoided me.
Really? And I was like, I know he's going to ask me to cast. Let's do something shitty and stupid.
You're so fucking immature, I swear to God.
Oh, that's how I'm gonna deal with breakups.
I can't deal with you sometimes, man.
I'm an adult in other ways. I do my taxes.
I do my taxes and I clean my room, even though I don't make my bed. And everyone notices all the time, always.
Look, okay. The idea of constantly seeing someone's bedroom is a very new, fangled idea. Okay? When you think about
I'm
it,
listening.
you never see people's bedrooms unless they take you on a tour of the house. In which case, I don't know why people really want tours of the houses, to be honest. Like, I understand, like, the backyard if it's, like, really cool, but I don't want to see your room. I don't care that you didn't make your bed.
Actually, it is kind of interesting you bring that up. Just that concept of, like, really, the only time, like, 5-10 years ago someone would have seen your bed in your room is if they were getting down and jiggy with it. So basically what I'm saying is no one would ever see your bedroom.
I don't think anyone will see your bedroom.
Hey, fuck you! Plenty of people would see my bedroom.
Let's get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Let me put this song on.
Na 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 na. Get jiggy with it.
Take me to the bedroom.
It's like slow motion. I like extend one hand out to the lady. It's like na 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 na. Get jiggy with it. What?
Did we even see the guy whose name I can't pronounce ever tell us?
I don't think they even spoke in chat. This was like, you know what this was? Oh my god, this was the equivalent of like someone. This was like a social justice warrior group getting like offended on behalf of somebody else when they didn't care about what happened in the first place. Social justice pronunciation warriors.
Okay, the E is silent, but it's an A sound.
Can you give up on this fucking name already?
I can. It's a minute delay. It's brutal.
I know. You think you're out, and they're bringing it right back in.
It's fun. Next month, I'll get it.
Yeah, that's our game. Actually, you guys haven't figured it out. We want to bait you into resubbing to throw your name at our face once a month, and if we say it right, then it's no fun. If we say it incorrectly, then you just keep bringing it back. Alright, getting into game. Spawning on the top right side, it's going to be the blue Terran, the ever so young HeroMarine.
In the bottom left has the red Zerg. He is Liquid Snute.
bet Snute knows how to get tricky with it.
Snoot probably knows how to say less.
Snoot's just like, it's Snute? Can you please say it correctly before questioning my other pronunciations?
It makes them sound like they're lazy even though they're saying an extra vowel. I don't know how to explain it. Snute. Okay. So, is that a pool or as a hatch first? I think most people have recognized that HeroMarine is not euthermal. Parents all look alike, I know.
Did I say euthermal?
No, but that Snute doesn't really have to always be paranoid that HeroMarine's gonna try and cheese him. Is what I was gonna get into.
Legitimately worried I introduced him as euthermal.
Well, you did, like, the last series we played with the guy, so... We didn't introduce him as him, but you have called him euthermal today.
Probably.
Definitely.
You know what my sexy time music probably would be?
Tub thumping.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
That's the first song that came in my head.
I lay her down on the bed. I have a whiskey drink. I have a vodka drink. I have a lager drink. I was gonna say Wild Wild West, but never mind. That's better. That's way better. That's gonna be like, I see her in the bar that's playing on the jukebox in the background, our eyes meet, time slows down. Oh, daddy boy.
Someone donated just to get, claps for you.
Boy. Daddy boy.
Oh my, I don't even think this is actually the guy. I think someone just really needs us to pronounce it correctly.
You can read this out, since this is your problem.
Okay, Lass donated $4 is Lass, just like Snoot.
So, they write it like LASS-E, and I read this as Lassie, like...
So do I! But I know I say Snoot like Snoot, so I'm just going by what I say,
the
man.
The movie wasn't called Wall-E. It was... Wall-E. I'm fucking done. I can't do this. There's still so many games we have to cover. I wish you guys could see Zombie Grub's camera right now. She's all over the room. She's doing the equivalent of rolling on the floor laughing, but in her chair, she's just like spinning in circles, putting her head on her desk and on her bed.
Shut up. Stop describing.
You rolled on the chair laughing.
Oh god. ZG is a hottie. It's not hot A or hot U.
So fucking...
Okay.
Alright, picks up in the medevac and gets out of there. Spot trouble he was in, but he's gonna be firing from across the wall. I don't know why that was fucking scary.
Because you were tub thumping.
That was tub thumping, yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, the rocks come down. The tank set up over here. Now, earlier today, we actually watched some... I can't even... Where's the Muslim? Tilla Base doing this, which is really cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Did you walk away? What is happening right now?
Yes, I should go.
Oh, I just heard you, like, across the room. I was like, is she just actually done? Mastermind in chat actually brings up a great point. I'm just gonna change the title of this stream to "This Isn't StarCraft 2 Competition." There we go. Title of the stream.
Can I commentate? No. The answer this time is no. So, Stu, interesting. Going for Lings. He did this on King Sejong, but almost every other time it's been roaches. So maybe just trying to mix it up, I guess, himself. He doesn't want to be tied into roaches, and that could definitely be true.
Okay, I am just straight up gonna start banning people who are still trying to tell us how to pronounce this god-forsaken name.
This guy's gonna become like a meme channel.
I know, like the person who subbed hasn't said a fucking word. They clearly don't care, guys. Leave it alone, please. Leave Brittany alone.
Oh, the tanks are gonna take out this hatchery, man. He didn't break down the rocks. He
Well,
made a
he
mistake.
did put the wrong rocks. Actually, the problem with this is it gets shut down.
Oh, yes, just at the last second, though. Like, that was really scary. And the lings, these didn't have to be used, but that was very dangerous to Snute to let it go that far. Now, HeroMarine, he's got enough at home to defend against this. He just was being very, very cautious.
Yeah.
Having it up on the ramp.
Thank you to 6L6 Pancakes says, with a $10 donation, don't worry, I donate to TakeTV too. Well, that's good to hear, man. And I'm glad that you're helping save esports on both the channels. Thank you, Ken.
So, Snute did go for the melee upgrades. He's actually going to roaches now, so this is kind of...
No! HeroMarine did this last time and just let lings run into his base because the depots were down.
Yeah, well, that was like 50 lings. This is dealt with the medevac drop. Nicely done. So, as I was saying, like, Snute's doing something that's pretty old. Like, going for melee upgrades, but then getting roaches to protect yourself until you got to Hive is one of the oldest ways to play Zerg. This was before Snutes, I guess, even really, like, started to abuse queens, and he did his own roach style. This was before people remembered or found out again that Ling Baneling could work, or Ling Baneling Yuta could work. This is just kind of old. So it's almost deceitful, too. Like, if HeroMarine's been, like, clicking on those lings and seeing that they're upgraded, it's been so long, he might be like, oh, I guess he's not going for roaches, which running into a wall of roaches and ravagers would then be a big surprise. I don't think it's as devastating as it was when, like, in Heart of the Swarm, if you didn't know what they were doing, they went for Widow Mines as opposed to tanks. Because in, like, the Void, of course, you can go tanks for really any situation against Zerg, and that's what he's doing.
Thank you to Skip Baines, by the way, for the new sub. And Bizarro says, please don't ban me.
Oh, Jesus. I'm good. I'm good.
It's weird to think, again, like, I was going to ask you to just cover this so that I could go sleep. Nope.
Hey, I'm good now, man.
Oh, fucking Scoot! Are you serious? Scooty Poot? Scooty? Stop subbing, man!
Where's the drink? So, follow-up time. Snute has gotten to Infestors. He still is upgrading his melee, and he's almost at those ultras.
Are you sure you said that right?
No, I didn't. What did I say?
Melee? It's maybe pronounced with like a faucet, but with an E at the end?
Wait, what did I say? Melee?
I'm just saying it's another stupid word that we've been...
Oh! My bad. Don't try and...
I like that
jokes.
I love that, by the way, you're like, straight up adorable that you're sitting there trying to take the actual criticism during the midst of this minefield of bullshit. You're like, wait, what?
I thought I said something like he's attacking with his, like, he's almost to his liberators or something shitty, like, right? Like, I did, like, did I say infestors? What did I say?
Why is my mouth not doing what my brain tells it to?
Yeah, if you tell me I say anything, I'll probably believe you. So, I do, okay, this Ling Run, by the way, this is exactly what happened to HeroMarine last night. Now it's more than 10 lings. And HeroMarine is just gonna get fungled. Oh, how did he not fungle the bio? There it is.
Even though he got the fungal, there's that follow-up. That's going to kill him. AoE damage is a little bit much. HeroMarine demolished here in the game. GG's. Snute takes a 2-1 lead in this best of 5. So can I tell you what I sent you in the mail while we were on break earlier?
You sent me something?
Yes. I told you it's the worst $17.99 I've ever spent.
Oh yeah, and I said what?
So, I'm not going to tell you what the message I wrote is, because I think it'll be really fun for you to get the message. But I learned about this recently. There's a thing called eggplant mail, where you can mail somebody an eggplant with a custom message on it.
feel like I've heard about that before.
I'm really
Well,
excited
thanks.
and hoping you will take pictures of the eggplant when you get it.
I will, and then I'll cook it up and eat it. That'd be a real eggplant.
I watched how they make baba ganoush recently on YouTube, and I couldn't help but think, like, man, there's so much work that goes into this for such a little payoff. Holy crap!
So for whatever flip fucking reason, they're bringing up the GIF versus GIF debate, and I said, "How do you pronounce giraffes, Kappa?" And fucking Dom, giraffe. Your face.
My headphone is dead. I'm fucking done.
You're so done. Dom's done. Ban him.
Giraffe.
A giraffe.
This would be a great T-shirt, by the way. Have a picture of a graph that has a giraffe on it, and call it Graph A.
Do people? One last thing. If me, I'm gonna call you out. If me. It's a little similar to the short A. I guess he did specify short, so I'm not gonna give him as much crap. But in a car. But you can say a car. God. Okay. Anyway.
This is still a thing, apparently. I don't know why anyone's tuning at this point. You guys are stupid. Thanks for watching. We're getting into game number 4. Currently
Did I
leading.
change clothes?
What?
Oh shit! Look at that. I changed clothes, man. I didn't
When
even notice.
Did you were in pajamas earlier. When did you change clothes?
I changed clothes during that long break. I've been in the treasure shirt for like the last hour.
Oh, if I should have been watching the camera. I could have like perved on that. I missed out.
No, I took the camera down, dummy.
All right. That was a really creepy, like, growl scowl thing.
That
Like,
really was.
I regret making that noise. I apologize. Okay, he's up 2-1. It's the losers bracket, looking to knock HeroMarine out of the tournament in the top left side. It's gonna be Team Liquid's Snute today.
The bottom right. It's HeroMarine.
Don't do it.
I'm not. You saw it though.
I know, I knew it. I saw it. I was like, oh fuck.
Nope.
Okay, so for this time around, I think it really sucks that we missed that first game where HeroMarine got a victory, because I don't know how that went, and I really wish I did, because watching these past two, this has been very, very Snute favored, I feel. Not like, oh my god, it was a stomp, but it was very clear that Snute was going to win.
Yes. I agree. I would really like to see how HeroMarine got the point on King Sejong, and I can't even think of what exactly he would have done that would have been so different than any other map, because I would say, okay, tank pushes sometimes, but Galactic Frost is also a very good map for that, and he still got screwed over, I guess mostly by the Ling Run by, but also that fact the first tank push didn't kill the hatchery. Combination of things. So you can do in Frozen Temple, he's not going for 3 racks, he's going for, it's going to be Hellions. I guess him and Euthermal, and I guess European Terrans, and it's the Muslim, not Euthermal. Yeah. But trying out Hellion Banshee again. I might stick with that. No, he's actually going for the 3rd CC build. No, wait, hold on, that SCV? SCV? Okay.
Wow, that's a really weird looking command center.
Well, okay, you can...
It's awfully small, isn't it? Isn't it normally...
You can say that if I was like, yeah, this is going to be 100%
4x4?
CC. There's a CC right there.
This is like
Then you can make fun of me.
It's like when Scarlet...
Oh, he also has a... Wait, when is Scarlet do?
when I was like critiquing her pool timing when it was very clear she meant to do it.
Remember that.
It's like, oh, doesn't she know how to 10 pool? Look, she's building fucking drones. What an idiot.
Oh, that type of gotcha.
Okay. There are 4 Hellions, Zombie Girl.
Yeah. There's gonna be more, I would think.
Well, HeroMarine has also been doing Banshee with Hellion, and I want to say 100% of his games that we've seen him in today.
What? He didn't do it last game, did he?
You know what? I don't remember.
Or the game before that?
No, he did the game before that. Well, he didn't have the opening, but he had Cloak Banshees. That's my point.
In Apotheosis?
Didn't he? I'm fairly certain I saw Cloak Banshees. That might be the earlier series I'm misremembering.
You know what?
My point is, though, he has gone a considerable amount of Cloak Banshees today, opposed to the next to 0 we ever see.
Yeah, that's right. Because like the Muslim also did as well, so it might be right, like making the rounds around the European Terrans.
But okay, so
Hellions.
the Hellions die. They trade up for 6 drones, a little bit of scouting, a couple of damage, whatever. I don't like this though because like I'm not sure if he's just not confident in his marine control or what the case may be. But there's a reason players like Euthermal and Beyond and others are doing like the 2 medevac push, and it's just because it works really freaking well. I like that he canceled the command center, by the way, placing a bunker down to wall off fully and entirely. Didn't have the money to otherwise. Still gets canceled, though.
I mean, it's better than killing it, right? But it's very, very unfortunate that he put the CC down location and let it have lanes run on right by him. The Banshee's trying to get some return damage. Starting to a little bit. The drones have to be evacuated. The Snute did really not expect to see a Banshee, even though some of the Terrans today have been utilizing them. He didn't get a safety spore crawler anywhere. I feel like maybe he didn't need it on Frozen Temple specifically, because I feel like you almost always see it on Frost, so that natural, but this was pretty late. 9 drones went down.
Yeah, and this makes the Banshee really worth it. Now, we have more investment coming out of this. He lost 1, 3 have already been made, and a 4th one's on deck. Chat's got your back, by the way, and my incorrectness.
Well, because when you said that, I was like, I think that was the other series with Apotheosis, because I remember Banshees chasing down Queens.
Yeah.
Apotheosis, but yeah, so not every game this series, but a lot more than what we've been seeing. It's making its return, I suppose, because before this, maybe once from a specific Terran in a couple of our European online cups. Today, there's been at least 5 cases, I can say that pretty confidently, of the Muslim and HeroMarine executed for some type of Hellion Banshee. The Muslim did the Hellbat version, right, which can be really powerful, but this is just the opener version. I don't really know about building 5 additional Hellions, though. That's
this
time
might
off
prove to be worth it.
Maybe. I mean, they're so late that, they actually turned the Hellions.
I'm surprised he didn't pull from that.
He also was accidentally getting 2 layers. He was just focused on the roaches. Left side of the map. Huh. Well, that's a waste of a 2nd layer.
There's a lot of drones that died, too. I was going to say, the reason I was surprised he didn't pull was, like, because he got a shell off as a Hellion. That's your units under attack alert. Then he waited, then he turned them into Hellbats. And, like, those extra 2 seconds should have been Snute pulling away to safety.
Oh, yeah, totally. But I think it was just focusing on the roaches. Unfortunately, the focus didn't really focus by any SCVs.
Look at those workers killed, by the way, total of this game. 6 versus 27.
Yeah. Snute, I mean, I haven't seen Snute have this happen in a while, but like a year ago, Snute, I remember, would be that Zerg player that would get tripped up, by a Hellbat attack, or a Banshee, or the Rax builds, Reaper builds rather, and it would kind of snowball. It can happen to anyone, but I do remember that Snute was having, I think, a string of problems, and we would see him. But that was a long time ago. That was before Snute was like the beast that everyone knows him as. So it's like almost being seen again here as he's making some very like obvious mistakes. Ones that you could argue like he's busy, he's distracted and whatnot, but that he, I think, would even say he would not make. So we'll see if it even adds up total, to the end game. But I think it already kind of has. Denying on the 4th there. Still only just getting 2 infestors, so the hive might be coming down right now, but he's actually have enough gas to get infestors and a hive. You know, he just started that gas, clearly.
So, by the way, I got Perfect Nugan in chat saying that Take is being way too biased in favor of HeroMarine. We just get some Snute hype in chat. I think part of that is HeroMarine is German. Take, being German himself, likely cheering for a countryman.
Yeah.
Unlike
I don't
this
really...
dirty Finn. I don't actually know what you would call Finnish, I guess. That Snute
Finnish?
guy.
Yeah. Snute guy. Finland?
Yes. No, wait, he's Norway. What am I saying?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that's right.
No, you're right.
You call it Finnish or no?
I'm just thinking like that general area, okay? And I'm not even confident those two places are next to each other.
Say, I would not be surprised if they're like on either side of the...
I'm looking up a map right now. Finland to Norway. How far away is this? We got to Google Maps.
Please the opposite sides.
Fuck you. No, see, they're like not that far. Sweden's in between. And you know what? They even touch, actually. Norway touches Finland at the north side. So they are technically neighbors.
That region. Anyway.
Hey, come on. That's pretty impressive, though. I had no idea. I was taking a guess. I'm actually more impressed that when you questioned me, it made me remember that he was Norwegian. And only because of the NSL we did a while ago, the Norwegian Star League. If we had never done that, I would sit here just like arguing that he's Finnish. The only reason I brought it up, I was going to try to make a joke like he's Finnish because, you know, HeroMarine's about to kill him type thing. But my bad joke aside.
He's Norway.
He's Norwegian out of this game.
He's Norwegian. No, wait, that doesn't work. Norwegian? Norwegian. Of this game. Okay, but he's actually not. So, the game looked like it could have been game. Like, seriously, jokes aside, the bio was rushing in on the creep to the natural. The drop in the main base was protected by 3 Banshees. Things looked like they were about to really snowball out of control. Not a little bit, but like actually game over. So, Snute defends, gets a 4th base finally, and does have a hive done. He got all his gases up and he's able to afford it, plus a couple of infestors. But HeroMarine still has a 20 army lead. Almost 30. He has an upgrade lead at 2-2 versus just 1-2. And he's still got a couple tanks. 3 tanks. And he's gonna divide this 4th base again. HeroMarine is definitely in control of this game. So I know we brought it up earlier before all this stuff just happened, that we wanted to see how HeroMarine won the first game, because the last 2 have just been Snute dominating, really. Okay. And now we know how.
I have been trying to think of a Norwegian thing I could say. And Snute's gonna try and get between HeroMarine's army and Norwich them apart.
Did we shout out Ryan?
Nope. Shout out to that guy, Ryan. He says, "Yo, Ryan, look at this. It breaks." Oh wait, I already turned it on this game. There you go. You can see the hang time. Do you see that? That was disgusting, dude. It was like half a second. Thank you, 21 months, my good friend.
Oh, I literally had the pun. I didn't even recognize it. He is no way out of this game. He still isn't necessarily out of this game, but I mean, losing the 3rd base is pretty damn bad. You really need to hope that Terran messes up the response to the Ultras.
I think HeroMarine's gonna bring it to an ace match, frankly.
I think so too. Now the Ultras do not have plating, but they're not being targeted. There we go. That's when it's obvious from plating. And HeroMarine does get out of there. Now Snute can double expand. In fact, he could triple expand if he didn't just build 3 Ultras. And he should definitely double expand, do the 3rd back and the 4th back. But he would need to have HeroMarine not respond to the Ultras correctly, which I think HeroMarine is ready to do.
I like the choice to do the extra expansions. It's absolutely necessary. It's not just enough to reclaim what you have lost, but what you need to keep going forward. And that sounded really deep, actually. But at any rate, that base is probably going to go down again. The macro hatchery is under fire. Nothing can really stop this.
I was hoping for a really good fungal, I would say. I love, by the way, that nothing gets people, because I guess we have so many Europeans in chat, going like,
Yo, I just heard it!
You don't know anything about Europe. You did?
The Marauder when it died! I heard it say something.
Thank God. I'm not crazy.
I feel like this is some weird state of mind though, where like, back when I wasn't as tired as you, I didn't hear it. And now that I am, I can hear these weird things that you're hearing.
Oh
We've entered the 4th dimension.
But yeah, so like German and like Germany and Norway is basically the same thing, right guys? That'll get chat going.
Russia, am I right? Vladimir.
Russia really should just take over Europe. They'd be better off.
Vladimir putting the Russia Europe in its place.
I was gonna say West Europe, more like worst Europe. They're just gonna go down? Not quite, but...
Time to Brexit out of the game!
Muslim was here. Liberators get a couple of shots off on the Ultras, but actually going through the Liberators, maybe the Ultras can do something. No, they're being target fired.
I can't imagine how stupid we sound to the Europeans right now. It's like... we think we're being all clever and witty with these puns, and they're just like... Are these guys so fucking serious?
You weren't even German! You were born. Stop! God, he's still hanging on. He hangs on so long in Frozen Temple games, man.
Yeah. I'm free duck. I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth.
I mean, this dude's blonde, right? He's being blondie right now. Hanging on. Is that Kim Wilde? I'm not even sure anymore. Is it Madonna? I don't know. This game is so close to over, and I'm sure HeroMarine feels the same way. Like, he would love to already end this game, but especially without the Liberators to protect his retreat.
Oh no, you pissed chat
scared,
off so
man.
badly. That's a lot of Dan's games. What have you done? I can't believe you've done this.
Wait until I hear your accent.
Yeah, the accent was pretty legit, okay?
Where's TLO when you need him?
You know what accent that was, by the way?
What?
European.
There's the game. Snute pushed off into HeroMarine, and HeroMarine just kited the Ultras down. GG.
GG. Today is not a very good day, guys. We're gonna play a commercial break and try and calm down a little bit. Thank you for watching. Sorry for our ignorance. Please forgive us, European overlords. We'll see you soon. Alright, we're back, guys. Thanks for watching that break. We're getting into Frost for the final game. It's the final game of this series. Wasn't this supposed to...
European overlords are feeling compassionate today. Thanks.
The 2 best of 5s and a best of 7. I really actually don't know if we can finish this.
2 more best of 5s?
2 semifinals. No, you're right. There's more than that. 3 best of 5s.
Yeah, at least. I mean, Strange versus Lambo only just started. There's like...
Why
okay,
did
assuming
they
that
do
it continues
like
doing this, I think we're probably gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the finals. 6 more.
There's no way I'm lasting through 6. It's just not.
Well, yeah. Well, also the players, like the finals, will be played out at like 2 in the morning. Assuming that each takes an hour, which is totally. It's actually an underestimate. Yeah, because the delays that have been happening. I don't even know.
Well, guys, I got one request before we do this final game in this match. Yesterday, I think Nathanius was bragging about having a golden kappa in his chat, and we've still never seen a golden kappa in BaseTradeTV. So if you guys could do a golden kappa check, that'd be super appreciated. And for those who don't know how it works, at random, with no reason whatsoever, you might just have your kappa replaced with a golden kappa, and you become the most special person on Twitch for 24 hours. So, kappa check, go!
Kappa checkmate.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Kappa Czechoslovakia.
Why do they call it a Czech? Why not a Yugoslavian?
Alright. So, what's that from?
Friends.
Spawning the top left side of the map. It is the last game of the series. Here in the losers match, it's Team Liquid Snute.
Oh, that's so cool. In the bottom right, as the red Terran, he is HeroMarine, going for that 2-1-1, and apparently, as about Overwatch, they did the drawings for the World Cup, and they used Zenyatta orb balls to do it.
What?
It's so cool. Huh?
What?
They did the drawings for, like, they drew the names out of the hat type deal, except it was Zenyatta balls out of a bowl.
Oh, I thought you meant like an artiste draws. You know,
and they drew it with a Zenyatta ball.
That's why I was confused.
I can see that being confusing. Yeah, that was loud. That's cool. It's totally unnecessary, but cool.
Look at all these gray faces with no spaces, yet not a single gold face, no space. My day goes on, and another day goes by where I don't see the golden kappa. I feel like my life is a sham. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
My life is up in the air right now.
People thought I built BaseTradeTV to support StarCraft 2. Fucking wrong. People think I make all this money off the channel. Fucking wrong. I just needed to get as many viewers as possible so that one day one of the many that tune in would have the golden kappa. The more viewers we have, the higher chance we would actually see it. But all for naught.
Also, to extort $100. Take TV. It's not even extortion though. To break a profit.
I sent them the money. It was on stream. It's already gone through.
Even if it hadn't, it wasn't like you took money away from them. Anyway. What is this? Well, okay, good. You put this. Put it down. So, cross spawn Frost is the ace match. HeroMarine, so they get a little unlucky. You know, it's not the worst, of course. It's not going to be game breaking, but it is going to suck. I really think you forced into the 2-on-1 or the CC build, UCC build, instead of, you know, the other build he was doing. He's doing the Hellion Banshee, any like Hellbat pushes. I would say not so much on this map. Tank pushes, not in these spawns. So kind of limited their choices. 2-on-1. Just gonna see how he can work with it. Now, funnily enough, if I remember correctly, that was horizontal spawn, but still, the last time HeroMarine and Snute played was on WS. Well, I'm sure they played elsewhere, but when we cast him, remember, HeroMarine like 2-0'd Snute, or 3-0'd Snute, and it was really surprising. We 2-0'd him. One of those maps was Frost, so not that HeroMarine is so much worse than Snute, it's surprising he took it to the ace match, but the games have gone from, well, we didn't see one, Snute looking really unbeatable, to HeroMarine looking quite good with Terran again. TC on the way, double engineering bay. The drop is going to be pretty surprised to see that there's no creep thread here and that there's no third base here. This is usually where you would see the Zerg take it. He's gonna run on over and Snute's already prepared. I wasn't sure if you had died or went to sleep or
I'm like kind of
muted
like
your mic.
I'm trying so hard not to nod off. That's me.
Well, you can take the nap next. I never took a nap. You can take a nap. Well, you should go get something to eat, actually.
I am very hungry.
Go get something to eat after this. And by go, I mean get something delivered.
I could probably make. You know what? I'm actually going to pass out during this game. I'll get the camera on you is going to do now. So.
Is that warning?
Yeah, enjoy
Okie
the tilt
dokie.
the camera, guys. I gotta.
Well, the Marines are not going to find much success against Snute, I would say. Snute just really a master splitting his roaches and lings. This coming with a Wood Mine is a little bit tricky because the lings happen to be over here. They could just all die to the single Wood Mine and be very useless. Because even though they're not a lot of lings, they at least will buffer some Marine hits. And that didn't work out so poorly. You know, the Wood Mine also splashed on the Marines after all. These drops didn't do much. They at least got away totally healthy with all the Marines that they could. And that's not so bad. Third CC is being denied right now, but not for very long, thanks to Legacy of the Void's advanced creep spread. Hive is on the way. This is interesting. Snute's... I'm not sure how he paired up his evolution chambers. This might have been a mistake. This might have been an adaptation to his build, but goes for the Carapace way sooner than the melee. I'd say it was just how severely on, like this time they would be together. I think this is just his intention was to get Carapace really quickly and then add on upgrades for his lings. And of course his ultras, as the hive is already almost done. It's an 8-minute hive. Like 8 minutes done hive. That's pretty crazy. And this is something that HeroMarine definitely will not be having 2-2 for if he wants to try and deny it. But more so than that, you know, he's just gonna be surprised, I think, by like the ultras. Most Terrans don't really feel the necessity to scan anymore because, honestly, there's a gut feeling, you know, if you've not done any damage, if they've managed to get up to full saturation on 3 bases, if you check the saturation, then your gut feeling is probably like, okay, there's going to be hive tech, and I should prepare for that. But there's only so many ways you can prepare without just, like, either turtling yourself and letting them get there, or all-inning and losing, right? The balance between the correct amount of pressure while also macroing is something that Terrans have only recently been figuring out. Before that, 2-3 months ago, it was Euthermal dying if they got the fitness plating and winning if they didn't. And anyone else, actually, any other Terran. Now it's a little more balanced, and we can see that Snute still has to worry about HeroMarine's pushing. You know, he wants his 4th base up and running so that he can really use 7 drones quite well as his main base is getting mined out. And he also wants to get the hive, you know, with as much money as possible, to remake his army. But HeroMarine can't exactly, like, all in on it, so he is expanding and getting a starport, getting a fusion core, preparing for the Ultralist switch. The supplies might look pretty extreme, being 40 supply different, but it's something that Snute is not going to be able to push out with and take advantage of. And by the time Snute does feel confident pushing out, I mean, his plating would have to be done. Even then, I think he would have to make sure that he had a very ideal set of units. Remember how long that Apotheosis game was? Sometimes it's because Snute does take too long to kill, alright? Like, that's a legitimate problem for him. I think even still, I would say, like, that's the one... Because I can't really, like, pinpoint his macro mistakes, right? Or, like, tell him advice like TLO can do. But I do know that sometimes he lets players back into the game. Or, if he even considers this, I feel like he does exhaust himself a little bit more because he doesn't end the game right then and there. Because he's safe, he's very safe, and sometimes that can be too safe. It's not as much a problem anymore, don't get me wrong, like, he usually does end the game, but it has happened in the past. It's one of those things where the two extremes, someone who tries to end the game and keeps on losing because they're brute forcing it, and the guy who lets everyone back in because they don't brute force it. Snute leaning, of course, a little bit to the latter. But HeroMarine on 4 bases, cleaning up creep spread pretty well, I would say. Like, it's not even reached the middle of the map at all. And it's not been spread over here, of course, because this is the 4th base, not the 3rd. And this one, I think, is... I mean, it's good to have creep spread anywhere, right? No fungals. But this is kind of like the unimportant creep spread. Unless it literally gets down to here. And then maybe HeroMarine has to worry about it. But really, the middle of the map and the left side of the map, you know, where he's going to start dropping and trying to hit that 4th base, that's where the creep spread's going to be most important for Snute and for HeroMarine to deny. His Liberator count is growing, his upgrades are on the way, not so badly timed, but Zerg, again, getting the generally faster upgrades, even when it comes to Hive in some situations, some games, like the game Snute's playing right now. And HeroMarine really is starting to play that long game, even getting a 5th base already. Snute finally feels confident enough to push out onto the middle of the map, but without Corruptors, I don't think he's getting through this Liberator field. They do have Liberation range. He got the Fusion Core very quickly, along with the 2nd Starport, so Snute needs to react to that with Corruptors. I think you can play sometime with only Ravagers and Infestors if they don't get Liberator range. But if they do, then your Ultra's gonna take too many shots before your Ravagers kill the Liberators. Well, this, I guess, is a task force. It's not ever gonna really kill very much. Try them. Clean up on the top creep spread. Again, this is another secret pathway that he can take to try and kill the third base, so, like, both are viable. And this one's cleaned up. But, the creep, I think, was a little less important to take care of over here. Always nice, and when you have 6 command centers, 3 of them already orbitals, of course, I think you can start definitely using the scans to clean up creep, even if it's, like, only 1 creep tumor at a time. Well, Genogland's on the way, almost done. Baneling speed too, but of course more on the Spire being the most important unit structure, rather, being built right now. So you will need those Corruptors. I was gonna say, HeroMarine does need to add on Ghosts. And he can get to his perfect army, and Snute can get to his perfect army, and it's going to be a long game. Neato burrito. The drop comes into the left side. I mean, at this, like, okay, when it's not even that long of a game yet, right? It's 13 minutes, but you can see how it's going to be a long game. And they're both banking quite a lot of money. Drops, unless they get some sick timing, you know, denial on the Greater Spire or denial on the chitinous plating, probably not going to ever be truly worth it. Or the Hive, they can snipe the Hive. Just because, you know, you kill 10 drones, they remake 10 drones. They have enough larvae, they have enough minerals, not a problem. So unless they're killing legitimate bases or really important tech, 1 drop probably isn't going to do very much. The Liberator siege up is pretty scary. He is doing this before ghosts are ready. In fact, has he made any at all? No, not yet. And that's a little scary, because the Corruptors are already out. You know, they're going to try and clean up as many Liberators as possible before the main engagement happens, but the Ghosts would both threaten the Corruptors from moving in like this, or like they thought they were going to do, as well as still threaten the Ultras beyond that, even if the Liberators went down. Of course, HeroMarine's army looking like mostly Liberators, because the rest of it went back home to deal with everything. Snute is getting pushed way back, in fact. This is, I mean, he's not a 5th and 6th and 7th, he only has a 4th, and while he has enough bank to replace the 4th, there's something to consider, because he's also starting to bleed out units. This Ultra doesn't know what it wanted to do in life. And here we go, the Corruptors finally come in, and this is where the notable lack of bio really is very important. Even if HeroMarine did have all his bio on the front lines, there's not a lot of Marines. Not to be scared of Corruptors, sure, but not enough to, like, target them down before they target down a couple of Liberators. But look how many Liberators there are. 16 Liberators to 13 Corruptors, 3 Infestors, and 4 Ravagers. So that really is up to the Corruptors to get the job done here, to kill them before they kill all of his army. 5 medevacs on the way, wow. Are you eating chips? I know, but if you're eating chips, then I don't want to hear you either. Thanks. I still don't know what he was eating, actually. I heard a spoon, too. He eats chips with a spoon. The attack on the left side, of course, probably anticipating another base being down here, actually wasn't. So getting a little bit sandwiched. Reaching too far forward without a good retreat path means that, okay, he takes out a couple of Ravagers on the fringe here, but loses that really good Liberator count. All but 1 survived. No, this one's not going to survive. It gives up life. Goodbye, sweet prince. A couple more were made, but of course there's been a couple of rounds of production that went to medevacs as opposed to Liberators, so a little bit scary situation right there. Snute still with a bigger bank, did keep his 4th base alive. Would need a 5th though. That natural's all mined out. That 3rd's mostly mined out. HeroMarine on 4, 5, 6 bases. Protected by planetaries too, so no innocent little run-by destroying HeroMarine's economy. Now HeroMarine is down 30 army supply right now. That is the army supply he has built us in his general supply. But he's having a tough time, I suppose, because he wants Liberators and Vikings, expensive units that aren't, you know, coming from 8 barracks or coming from 3 starports. And so no Ghosts. 2 finally on the way. Snute has, I mean, they both have equally good chances here. Of course, Snute being the aggressor is the one that is, I think, in the scarier position. Generally, if you've played your most ideal game of StarCraft, it would actually be just the opponents attacking into you and you just having to hold. Because usually then you have defense advantage, you might have some SimCity to help you. Maybe you actually force them to take a bad position and go out in the middle of the map, like these queens, right? Being out in the middle of the map, if they have to retreat, they ain't gonna retreat. But if defensively, HeroMarine pushes in, his Vikings are a little too far ahead of him, the Infestors get the fungals, the queens can run back and retreat with the army. Generally, being the aggressor is the more dangerous thing to do. So HeroMarine, I mean, there's so many Liberator shots, but of course they're all going on to Broodlings, so it's not actually that much of an army fight going down. It's a free unit fight here going down. Snute's looking for a good angle. Probably a little scared of the couple of ghosts that are here, but 2 of them without energy, and the Broodlords just aren't being taken care of. A massive fungal on the Medivacs and on the Vikings that time. Not that there are very many Vikings, but I think HeroMarine was caught without the counter to the Broodlords. He would have either needed a ton of ghosts, like maybe 12 ghosts, or, 16 Vikings spread out. And unfortunately, he was pretty late to the Vikings. I think he had like 4 at a time, basically. Base went down over here, which is nice, but of course, this game might end if HeroMarine can't push the army back. Actually, oh my god, Broodlings. Oh my god, Broodlings, what are you doing? Stop clumping! Wow. Please. You're perfectly concaved, and then you just be like, nope. I want the Liberators to kill me, that'd be great. Well, that sucks. HeroMarine is actually starting to defend here, and this is, of course, that problem with being the attacker. This base has been ravaged by Lings, but again, like, the base kills for either one of them, and, like, of course it's important, but you gotta consider, like, HeroMarine's still mining off 2 bases. He still has a base to Mulehammer to the left side. That isn't necessarily his problem. It's Snute's. If he doesn't get this 4th base back, and he's long distance mining now, this is an all-in for him, and he cannot find that perfect angle. He's really close to it, but every single time he retreats out of the Liberators, so much more damage goes on his Ultras. But this might just be at a couple of Queens still helping out, so many Corruptors still left over, taking out those Liberators. The Marines, I mean, god, if they could snipe all the Corruptors, maybe something would happen. This might just be game. HeroMarine. I'm starting to send some mules over there. Of course, he's only on 2 orbitals after the 3rd one. Oh, 3 orbitals, but the 4th one died, sorry. But I think he's also been using them to scan to see where the army is, and of course, he's probably been muling this entire time. But just not enough with enough production. 2,000 minerals right now. This is income, and it doesn't matter. He cannot get enough coming out of his production facilities. Such a hard-fought game, and if only HeroMarine knew how close it was as well, for, I think, his knowledge, he killed a 4th base that was probably oversaturated, so he might have figured it was one of Snute's last mining bases, but he doesn't technically know that there's not a base to the top right or to the bottom left, or it wasn't instantly put back down because Snute was rolling in the money, which it was, and he just replaced it. Because while I've been talking, the Corruptors have actually been losing a lot of health on them. Some of them even going down to just the Marines that are coming out, the cheapest thing that HeroMarine can afford for sure. And that is scary, because suddenly the Liberators are on the ramp, and Snute can't break this guy. The economy will kick in, and this is where most of the production is. If HeroMarine could hold on this ramp, he could bring this game back. And he was so close to it. But Ravagers are now flooded in, so they shouldn't die to Liberators. Queens are now in here as well. He's really just depending on this one Liberator, which is getting some nice shots, mind you. Ultra now down. That Ultra's gonna die. There you go. This Ultra's gonna die too. Oh, there it is. 2 more Liberators are out. No way did HeroMarine do this. Snute is very close to having his 4th base back up and running, by the way, so he'll have at least a good economy going. But only one that matches HeroMarine. And this is a question of who's going to come out of this with production that's better. The larva count's only at 12 for Snute, but I think he pulled all of his queens to do this. Yeah, these are the last 3 queens that he has. I really think that if Snute loses this army, HeroMarine's actually the one's going to win. That's insane, though. That is... This is almost game over. Snute, I thought, had good enough army. This might come back down to what I was saying, though, previously, where he doesn't usually... He's kind of sometimes too safe for him to have ended the game, it looked like, okay, perfect, this should end the game. You chose correctly in the timing to really brute force it, but it might not have been. And that's a little scary for Snute. He does manage to kind of double expand here. I mean, this is fresh, not going to be mining for a while, but at least this one still has enough mineral patches for 16. Well, for a short time, anyway. Needs to get his gases back up, too. Dead. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Guess an SCV can't transfer happened. But yeah, if he could get... You know, if he had all 8 gas geysers running, and he just made infestors, I'd say that was pretty okay. You know, start depending on those energy units. That would be the start of making a really good army. But he doesn't even have the gas for that. And HeroMarine, man, I think he's got this. Check out the income graphs, because you haven't done that. Well, I guess they won't show up for you guys, but I'll check them. It's been HeroMarines for a long time. Lots of dips and, oh my god, the mountains right here, but it has been HeroMarines for a very long time. Only just getting kind of close back to even. I just imagine, too, if at any point HeroMarine had orbitals over here, and they were found out by even just like 10 lings, that could have meant that he had no mining, except for this 4th base, I guess. Because the 4th base is almost always going to be a planetary, but a lot of Terrans try and kind of get away with their 5th and 6th, especially on big maps like Frost, so that the orbital can just be that extra mule. No medevacs with this army. HeroMarine did realize that and is hitting 2 of them now, but without Fungals, I don't think Steve can deal with this. He doesn't have ultras, can't afford ultras. Lings would need a really great surround, but they also need like Banelings to help them out, I think. Well, maybe not. It's kind of close, because without the medevacs, every time he stims, and these Lings are 3/3 adrenal glands, that is a lot of damage on the bio. But the medevacs should be coming soon. I mean, seriously, with 4 medevacs, this entire army would just be unbeatable, but it's actually almost dead. And Lings would be able to take care of Marauders. Liberators also being really pesky. Quick check on Snute's vision, by the way. He does know about all the extra bases. Like, he knows his financial situation was worse, than HeroMarine's when he was committing to that attack on the main base, but I think he just really thought he could win. And suddenly you realize that your ultras are jerping out around the barracks, and the Marines are actually killing your corruptors. Imagine if they had 3 armor. It would be an entirely different game. GG! Oh, god. HeroMarine actually does it. Like, he doesn't just take this series, he pushes Snutes out of the tournaments. What?
Yeah, that was the losers match for those who had forgotten, and that's really unfortunate for Snute fans, but really great for HeroMarine, who sets himself up now to fight against Masa. I'm not sure what's coming up next. Man, thank you for covering that game. I actually do feel way better now that I've got some food in me.
What you have?
Chips in a fucking disgusting ass microwave burrito because I don't have any food.
What were you using? Oh, was it a fork that I heard?
Yeah, I didn't want to get my hands all gross especially on the keyboard.
I'm so used to hearing you eat cereal, I guess, that I was like, did he put his potato chips in a bowl? Is it like when he eats popcorn with chopsticks?
Okay, look, eating popcorn with chopsticks makes sense. It keeps your hands clean, man. Whatever. Okay. Whatever, Zombie Grub. I think we're doing Euthermal and Hearthstone. I'm not sure. We'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. Thanks for watching.